is Al Wilson Jr. Thank you so much for joining me again. Now, this time we're going to pick up where we left off, talking about the filters that we use to determine what's important to us and what's not important to us, okay? Now, again, remember, the reticular activating system's job is to act as a doorman, keeping out what it feels is not important to you, those things that you don't like, those things that you don't care about, those things that you don't want to have anything to do with, and it's letting in what you do like, what you do care about, and what you do want to have more of. Okay, now that's based on filters, and we said those filters were your sense of self, your values, your strong held beliefs, your memories and past experiences, whether good or bad, programs, how you run yourself, and then the last one, your survival needs, making sure that you're always taken care of. Or in other words, what's pleasurable to you. Okay? Now, the reason why that becomes important is because, again, your choices and your decisions are being made based on this information. It's being based on pleasure. It's being based on experiences. It's being based on self-worth. It's being based on your value system. It's being based on your beliefs. Okay? Now, if those things are determining our choices for us, even before we make it, then we need to find out more about this situation. All right? Now, before we go any further, let me help you understand a little bit more about the mind. You may know this already. If so, that's great. But for those of you who don't, I just want to let you know the subconscious mind is like a child. Okay? Now, a child believes whatever it's told, right? That's what the subconscious mind is like. It does not, or let me say it cannot, differentiate between imagination and reality. This is why our dreams seem so real. If you ever saw the movie Inception, one of the things that Leonardo DiCaprio's character says is that you never realize that something is weird or strange in your dream until you wake up. Why? Because in your subconscious mind, everything is real. Everything is truth. Everything is correct. Everything is positive. It does not differentiate between what's right and wrong. Listen to this. It does not even differentiate between past and present. What that means is, if you had an experience that happened, say, years ago in your life, in your subconscious mind, it's just as if it happened now, right now. That's why many times we find ourselves possibly able to live in our past, because in our mind, it's just as if it happened. You may have had a traumatic experience, or you may have had something that was great happen to you, and anytime you think about it, it's as if you can go right back to that very moment, and everything is just like it just happened. You can smell things that happened. You can see things that happened, even though it was 20 years ago. That's because your subconscious mind does not understand past or present. Everything is now. It doesn't understand future either. Everything is now. So if you are thinking in the future about what could happen or what could not happen, whether it's good or bad, as far as your mind is concerned, it is so, and it is happening right now. Okay? That's very important to remember. The subconscious mind also learns by repetition. So whatever you're constantly feeding your mind is creating a reality right inside of your subconscious, and that information is being used to make your choices. That information is being used to propel you toward those things that it believes you want. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have someone who grew up in a family of fishermen. All right. Everybody around the family fishes, that family fishes. Everything they do in some kind of way, shape, or form involves fishing. Now, chances are when that person grows up into adulthood, they still have memories, feelings, emotional responses to things that happened to them while they were a child that some kind of way relates to fishing, right? Now, let's go a step further with that. They come into adulthood. Let's say they moved away from that town. they haven't thought about fishing in 10 years. But for some reason, every time they go into a department store, they always find themselves looking at fishing tackle or fishing supplies. For some reason, they just seem to love the smell of the ocean or of lakes and streams. For some reason, they just, oh man, I love the smell of fresh fish as opposed to getting a fish sandwich from McDonald's, let's just say. And they don't even understand why. They don't understand why when they're driving past a tackle and bait shop, they have an urge to pull over. It's because in their mind, their subconscious has pulled in enough data and is trying to pull that person toward what the subconscious mind believes that he wants, or they're trying to pull that place toward them. You understand what I'm saying? In other words, the subconscious mind is trying to create your reality. And anything that it can do to cause you to be more involved with that reality inside your subconscious mind is going to do it. This is the reason why you hear those stories about people who, although they've never met a particular celebrity, in their mind they believe that they're married. And so they're always trying to get closer and closer and closer to this celebrity. They call it stalking, right? But what happened is they have replayed in their minds so many times the scenario of this person being with that person or him being with that superstar that now in their mind it's real. They really believe they're married to him. They really believe they're in love with him. They really believe that celebrity is in love with them. They have created a reality inside their mind. And anything they can do to gain more data or more information, they're going to use that to their advantage. So they find themselves sneaking in and stealing things or breaking into their house or what. All of those types of things are being used to fuel this reality. Now do you understand why certain choices are being made? And then when that person gets arrested and the police ask them, why did you do this? And they say, I don't know. I don't know why I did it. Their subconscious mind was making the choices for them because they fueled it so much. That's why you have to be so careful with what you watch on TV. You have to be careful what you let into your eye gate. You have to be careful what you listen to on the radio or music that you listen to. You have to be careful of the lyrics. You have to be careful of people that are around you gossiping and talking about things that are not beneficial to a successful future, because all of that information is being pulled into your subconscious mind and it's helping to create a reality that eventually you are going to play out in reality. This is why understanding the mind is so important. Now, I hope you got a lot out of this. The next time we come together, we're going to start talking about ways to change your thinking so that you can now start to get the most use out of your mind. And it all is based on what you let in and what you get out of there, what you replace it with. Okay? So I thank you so much for joining us. See you next time.